Hello, everyone. This is Beautifully Nasty Podcast, and I'm your host or co-host, Daniel.
You took forever to say that.
Were you going to finish for me?
Yeah, I was gonna.
You want to say I'm Daniel?
Well, actually, I was gonna say I'm Courtney, and then so on. But yeah. So Daniel, what's our episode about today?
Well, it can be about anything. So I'm just going to grab from the hat of ideas. We don't have a hat. We have a beanie.
We can always shake something to sound like a hat. I mean, we are just recording.
Actually, I have a hat in my closet, but I don't feel like getting it. But all right, let's reach into the beanie. New Year's resolution. We're talking about New Year's resolution.
Yes, the most funniest time of year. Honestly.
The funniest?
Yeah, because everybody makes all these commitments and it doesn't happen.
Oh, yeah. So when I used to go to the gym a little bit, which I don't really go to anymore. I haven't been to the gym in like 2 months, really. I tell people like 2 weeks, but it's really 2 months.
Yeah. I think everybody does that, Daniel. You know that, right?
Yeah, but no, I used to go to the gym like once a week. And during that time, I got to know some people at Planet Fitness, and they told me never go to the gym the first week of the year because it's crazy. Freaking packed every day.
Oh my god, could you imagine a bunch of like soccer moms in there just like, oh hey, yeah, it's our new thing of the day, we're all gonna go to the gym every day, and then like nobody ever shows up. Eventually it just demolishes everything.
That never sticks. You know why? Because I tried it and it didn't stick.
Yeah.
I tried. I was like, I'm gonna go to the gym every week.
I know it's gonna stick in that situation.
Yeah.
Fat. Because you didn't go to the gym. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I need to go back because I'm running up these stairs. We live on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
And we walk up the stairs and I'm like almost having a heart attack.
I know, it's like and it's like, what you been doing? Oh, just walking up the stairs.
And I'm like, what? It shouldn't be that way. Like, it shouldn't be that way. You should be able to go up like 3 flights of stairs and not feel a thing. But I'm like huffing and puffing. I'm like, what in the world's going to happen?
I feel like 10-year-old me would just be like, why are you huffing and puffing? Like, this is the easiest thing in the world. But I feel like 25-year-old me is like, okay, you really need to like get your body in check because I can't have you dying on me.
I'm like I'm 23, but I feel old when it comes to stuff like that.
Shoot, I feel I feel like, god dang it, I can't speak. I feel like I look as old as I feel, even though I'm not. Like, people tell me I look like I'm like super young. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, normally people tell you look like you're 15.
But here's the thing. Okay, this is what bugs me. All right, this is just a little side note here. But like, why do people like come up to me and they're like it gets so annoying. Like, you hate when people like older people, I should say. They're like, oh, well, you shouldn't be tired. Like, one person would be like, I'm tired. And they'll be like, you really shouldn't be tired. You're really young. And it's just like, I'm too young to be sleepy. Like, last time I checked, I wasn't the happiest person when I got up from that alarm. Like, come on. But like, it bugs me because people come up to me all the time and they're like, oh, you'll like being told that you look younger, Mm-hmm. You'll like that because in 30 years. And I'm like, I don't want to hear the same stuff every moment. Like, I want somebody to just be like, you know what? I totally get what she's saying. Like, because looking young and like being assumed as young, it doesn't always have its perks. Like, everybody thinks I'm so innocent and don't drink and don't nothing. I mean, it's just like, even though, okay, I say that, but like, you're talking to somebody that has like a great driving record that doesn't have any tickets, no wrecks, no nothing. Like, and like, oh, I better knock on wood. But
I don't think that's real wood, but okay.
Oh well, it'll do for now. So I guess I should be happy about that. I guess I am kind of innocent in that aspect. But I mean, come on, I'm 25. I can have a glass of wine. Like, come on. Mm-hmm. That's not bad.
Or 6.
Yeah, or 6.
But yeah, that's why like I can't figure out if I should have a beard or no beard, because I feel like whenever I shave, I look super young, like a baby. But then when I have a beard, I feel like I'm 5 years older.
You look super serious when you don't have a beard.
When I don't have a beard?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I feel like
you just look like super serious. Like, you look like, yeah, trying to drop this jawline in a minute. Like, Because you know how
Like,
people have like the jawline.
yeah.
I feel like the only reason why men shave is to show off the jawline. Like, no offense, that sounds mean, but I feel like it is.
Well, like, I mean, like, I don't know. I think I don't know with the beard because I feel like I'm 5 years older with the beard. I feel like 12 without one, and I don't know if I should have like a beard in between, like a full on beard I have in no shave November or what. I don't know, but you know,
Another like what is it called? Another goal that everybody has on New Year's is okay. This one's pretty funny to me. Is they'll have this thing of like, oh, I'm gonna eat super healthy, or I'm gonna pick up classes to do yoga
yeah,
from now on, or just something stupid. And I'm just like, okay, a little advice. You don't have to announce to the world that you're gonna join a class. Just do it.
mm-hmm.
Like, like I just don't understand.
Did you have you ever heard about the psychology behind that? Of don't tell people what you're going to do.
No,
do
I
it.
haven't actually.
There was some study, some psychologist. You can look it up because I don't know. I read somewhere. I'm paraphrasing like crazy, but they said the reason why you don't tell people your goals is because your brain thinks you already finished it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's like, hey guys, I'm about to do this new diet. Your brain's like, oh well, I already did the diet then.
But here's the thing.
Don't need to do it.
So with that being said, okay, I feel like I can't tell people when I have like certain goals. I know I do tell people with like little things, but I really feel like I can't like tell people those goals because I feel like they're going to constantly like judge me.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be watching me the whole time to see if I really am eating the way I should be.
Mm-hmm.
And like honestly, I don't think we should do that to each other. Like if someone tells you like what their goal is for the year, it's not something you need to really pay attention to. Like it's just something that they're going to do for their life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's some people that just, you know, you just got to let them be, you know?
I've always said a fish can't climb a tree and a monkey
A
can't.
fish tank?
A fish.
Oh, I thought you said a fish tank can't climb a tree. I was like,
it can't. Well, we can use that.
Can't either.
I mean, we can use that. A fish tank can't climb a tree and a monkey can't breathe underwater. Basically, everyone's different. You know,
Yeah.
do your own New Year's thing. If you have something
Now-
that's strange, that's you.
Aside from what you just said about that guy that said something about not telling people their goals.
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw this. I don't know why it reminds me of this, but I saw this like little experiment thing or something that they did where this guy sat in a house, with no communication for like a certain period of time. No communication with any other person.
The guy
He
from
had to-
Vsauce?
I don't know. I don't know who it was. But he had to sit in his house. He couldn't call anybody. He didn't see anybody. All he ever did was everything he does on a regular day basis, but no talking to any other human being. And he stayed in that little house there for like, I don't even know how long. I think it was like a week. I think it was. And he was like, they let him out and they put a little old man in front of him and he just went nuts because he actually finally had someone to talk to.
Wow.
Like he was like interested, like, hey, how's everything going? What's going on? How's your life? Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was showing that like you can't live without like some kind of communication, you know, like to other human beings. It's like in our like genes, in our blood to like want to talk to other human beings. It's so crazy. It was weird.
Yeah.
But it was cool though.
I know what you were talking about was completely different, but when I said excuse me, when I said the guy from Vsauce, he did something similar, but it wasn't to that point. It was like he stayed in a room and it had artificial sunlight in the room. So it was like bright in there. And it was all white. Everything in there was white. There's no other color than white. He wore white clothes, white pants, white bed, everything. And he stayed in that room for 3 days. And he had no watch, nothing, no electronics.
He didn't know anything about the time.
He didn't know anything about the time.
Or day.
Day or
Wow.
night, he does not know.
Yeah, not knowing that what the time is, that would probably throw me off, I'll be honest with you. Because
Yeah.
I base everything off of that.
Yeah. And so it was like bright and you can see him like an hour went by and he started, walking around and acting crazy, like pants pacing around, and God, it was so crazy because day 2, I think it was, he went to the door, he opened it, stared at the door, then shut it, like he was loopy.
That's
at
crazy.
day 2.
But isn't it crazy that the mind can do things like that?
Yeah,
Like, just from not doing your everyday thing.
yeah.
Which is, like, the most common stuff that people don't really think about, you know?
He did LSD.
LSD?
Yeah, in the jungle with a shaman.
Oh, my God. Okay. That's weird.
Yeah. He was doing crazy stuff in that TV series.
Back to the main thing I was talking about. There are some crazy, crazy goals. New Year's goals.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some of mine will have to be, I was saying stuff like, I want to be a happier person, a more positive person. And I do think that I do commend people for doing stuff like goals like that, because it's like, okay, this makes sense. You know what I mean? To do such a like big, like mind thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think everybody should promote positivity. That's something that's very important nowadays. I think our generation has like a lot of issues with like depression right now and a lot of anxiety and stress. And so like I do promote people doing goals that are around your attitude and your mindset. I think those are good goals to go by. But do I think you should necessarily make goals about like your body? I mean, yes, that's cool if you want to do it, but like don't tell anybody. Just focus on you and do it without necessarily telling yourself it's a goal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because then you feel like you're gonna break that promise to yourself. Like you don't want to do that. Like you just want to do it.
Pace yourself. Like don't do it. Don't like go to. Excuse me. I can't even talk. Don't go to the gym every single day for a week.
Yeah.
Each week.
I mean, you could go a whole week and it just wouldn't do much.
Yeah.
It all depends on a mixture of how you eat and how you work out.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know what you're exercising. Like you can't go to the gym and like lift weights and expect to lose weight. Like that's bodybuilding. You don't need to be doing that. You know what I mean? But I think it's just best, like you said, to take it one step at a time and to focus on what's in front of you right at that moment. And don't get like, undetermined and like out of mind if you don't lose a little bit of weight at first. It will start out slow and then all of a sudden you're going to start dropping weight like flies. Like it's just it'll click right then. So I mean, I would definitely keep that in mind.
So I posted on Twitter some New Year's resolutions, and I kind of want to read some of them.
Sure.
These were posted on my ZSBK account.
They're all from me. No, I'm just kidding.
So I started the whole thing. I basically was like, I'm going to make my New Year's resolution early, and probably start doing them early too. Since I already had this thing on my mind, I might as well just type about it now.
What is it?
Number 1 was treat others not only how I would like to be treated, but also lift others up and motivate them. Now, I already do this. I try my best to do this like crazy, but what I lack is a lot of people lack this. It's very common.
Yeah. Wow.
Is people treat life like a competition.
Yes.
And this is what I'm talking about. I'm not saying like treat your neighbors like you want to be treated, because I do that already. I'm talking about don't treat life as a competition and lift them up and motivate them. Don't be like, so someone comes up to you and says, hey, I just graduated high school, and don't say like, well, I graduated college.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
We both know people like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think I do it some.
Yeah.
But I think it's habit a lot for people.
I think everyone does it, but not in the mean way.
No.
I think it just happens, and
I do believe some people do it in mean ways, and then some people don't. Yes.
I don't do it in a mean way, but I do need to stop doing it.
Yeah.
And I need to consciously know that I do it. I do it.
I like how you took a break there to realize that you said something.
You got to announce the doo-doo. When the doo-doo happens, you announce the doo-doo.
Oh my God, we're going back to baby ages.
Boo boo.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. That never happened. That was creepy. All right. But yeah, you know, I need to consciously know that and need to fix it. You know, always strive to be better than what you are.
I think my thoughts on that
Okay.
is like, okay, I do agree that some people don't mean it in a harsh voice. Now, I have seen like people bully other people
Yeah.
and make them feel like shit. Sorry, excuse my language there. But it's how they make them feel. They make them feel like they're the trash in the trash can. Like,
Yeah.
no one should ever feel like their life is any less than yours.
Yeah.
And I don't think that we should treat them like that. But also, I have seen people that don't know that they're even doing it. It's become so habit for them that they don't even think of that they're doing it. And then when I walk away, I'm like, I don't think they understand, but like, I wasn't trying to one down them or one up them. I just wanted someone to listen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like that, I've seen people do that in like sad moments. Like people are like, you know, oh, like this is sad. Like this happened to me, and I'm just going through a hard time. And then someone just go, well, yeah, but you could have had. I mean, you could have it worse. You know?
Yeah.
and this
Now
and
that messes me up so much because
Yeah.
you know each people go through tragic times differently.
Yeah.
Like a family member dies, and another person will be like, "Well, I lost 2 family members."
Yeah.
What? I don't
Like
care.
nobody's pain is worse than any other. See,
See, I take it
and-
back. I do care. I didn't mean that. I do care if someone's family member dies. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, you know, don't do that.
like my thing is, like, here's my thing, okay? I don't think I try to see life like this, but I don't think anyone else's pain is any worse than anybody else's. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna put someone above somebody else's. Like, I mean, I get that, like, some people, you know, are like, well, she has cancer and the other girl has depression. Which one's worse? I mean, I don't think we should ever do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing. It does not matter, mental or physical. Everyone hurts.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to put yours on a pedestal and push someone else's down. That's just messed up.
I mean,
that's not right.
You learn that from REM,
Yeah.
the band. Everybody hurts. You
my
learn that from the simple things. Everyone should, you know. We're all guilty of this to some
Yeah.
degree. You know.
I do believe I have, you know, there's moments when I don't think about it and I just say it.
Yeah.
I just do it. I end up, you know, comparing my situation to everybody else's, and we can't do that.
And
We're
I've
all
noticed
different.
like emotions do take the driver's seat sometimes.
Mhm.
As like sometimes when you're like really really sad, you say stuff that you don't want to say, or really really mad, you say stuff that you really don't want to say. But you know, everyone's guilty of that.
Exactly. I mean, we need to learn that we all have emotions. We all have some points where we're going to be really sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been told several times that I'm just too sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's something that you should tell someone, because like
No.
here's my thing. The person's not too sensitive. Like,
They're
some
just
people
more-
are just more plushier than the rest. Like, that's just the way we are.
I call it more aware.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just mean, like, no one's too sensitive, but nobody's not like some people are like, oh, well, they don't have any feelings. They don't even think about anybody else. Some people just don't have that ability to do so. Some people
Mhm.
aren't born with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I mean, my mom had a friend that said that she did not have the capability to have empathy. I don't look at her any different. I mean, I think it is peculiar because most people do, but there are some people that just don't.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have empathy.
Yeah.
So,
I also wrote another thing, which I really struggle with, and this is a big problem. Patience.
yes. I can
Yeah.
see that.
Thanks.
No, for me.
Oh, I thought you were like, yeah, I definitely see it in you.
No, I mean, I think I have seen it in you before, though.
Yeah, I know. I go on to say this is really the hardest thing. Because like, especially with the podcast, you know, when I create something
Mm-hmm.
or I'm with someone, I'm creating something, I want results now.
Yeah, and you get excited, too.
I get excited. I'm like, I want this to hit 1 billion subscribers right now. And I'm like, no, I gotta wait. It's about the journey, not the destination. And I calm down. I go to my Zen place, and I'm like, okay, I need to just.
Yeah, because, like, that's where the most fun comes
I need a
out.
ride. I need a ride through the. But I want this now.
That's the fun part though.
Yeah.
Like when you get to the destination, you're gonna like look back and go, look at all the fun times we had trying to do what we needed to do.
Yeah, and then you laugh
know?
about it. You laugh
And-
about it.
Yeah, and
And
then
you
like
learn from
people want to hear that stuff too, because the people
Yeah.
that weren't with you there at the beginning, that are gonna probably be there at the end,
Yeah.
they will want to know how your life started.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they want to know like how great and like funny you were. So, but you can't do that if everything's just pushed right up to the surface. You know,
Yeah.
you just can't.
Someone told me life. I forgot who told me this. Life isn't from point A to point B. It's like a bunch of roads in between.
Yeah,
Like point Z and A B C D F G.
I didn't mean to hit the mic there.
But yeah, I mean,
I think one of my goals for this year, which I mean, I'm usually not into about setting them because like there's just no point. But I mean, I don't mind. I think I do want to work on being more positive because in a world and in a generation that we're living in, a lot of people around my age struggle with anxiety, depression, stress, money issues, like financial
this generation's bad with that. Like I
And-
suffer from it. Like
And it is because
a lot of people
tell
do.
me you don't meet at least 10 people, okay, that will tell you that they're going through a hard time or that they're just stressed a little bit or that they're tired.
Yeah.
And everyone knows that I'm tired is code word sometimes for I'm not in the mood. You know, I'm kind of depressed, like things like that. That's always been said.
It's such a common thing in this generation, is to the point where it's a problem.
It is.
Like it's a big problem. And do you know like some theories about that? Because I know one.
I don't really know too many. I just know that I see it more and more as I get older.
Yeah.
The people my age are having issues with keeping themselves upbeat
Yeah.
and happy, and I think that's because we assumed that getting older was going to be better,
Yeah.
and we were like wanting to be the change in the world that everyone sees below us, you know, all the generations to come. And now that it's become like there's a lot of issues in the world so far that have come our way, and you know, politics and social like life, like people around the world and stuff. So we see so much now, and we didn't expect all this. So now it's just stressing us out.
Yeah.
Because it's like we're surrounded by negativity more and more.
Yeah. You're right.
I've noticed that.
I read somewhere, this guy was saying the reason why this generation is so depressed and stressed out and have a bunch of anxiety is because we grew up playing with sticks in the mud
Yeah.
outside. We grew up riding bikes and hanging out with friends and
Yep.
stuff like that. And then technology just came out of nowhere.
It really did.
And it just, you know,
Consumed everybody.
we had to
too.
change our way of life within, looking back, felt like seconds. But we had to completely change our lives because smartphones came out, less people hung out, people were like addicted to everything. And, you know, it's just, we went from this type of childhood to now, and it's just too fast for this generation. Just made everyone depressed.
It really has. Like
And
you
I see
said,
it. I see
with
that.
the phone thing.
Yeah.
I've seen more people down in their phones, and I'm one of them. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah,
I
I'm
really
guilty
am.
as that. I'm guilty with that.
But I have noticed this. I have literally went into restaurants, and I know this is probably the most typical, cliche example, but I have actually seen families sitting at tables, all on their phones.
Oh, that bugs me
Every
so
one of
much.
them.
That bugs me so
like
much.
not one person. But
Like,
here's the thing.
It really upsets
I've
me.
noticed it with me too.
Me too.
Okay, so there's been times when either me and you will go out to eat or me and Mike will go out to eat. And I've noticed that when I'm sitting there, because honestly, when the service gets slow and nobody's coming to your table, you're bored, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're just sitting there waiting and you're starting to count the minutes of how much more longer. And then you start taking it out on the tip for the waitress. So you're just trying not to. So overall, you're like, okay, I guess I could look at my phone and check out Facebook a little bit. So literally, I've seen me and you sitting on our phones at the table, waiting for the server. And then when she comes up, we put our phones down. We talk to each other and eat and like we're supposed to. But There has been times when I've lifted up my phone to look at it, and that really should be a time when you should put phones down.
Like, it makes me wonder, because I'm so guilty with that. Like, it makes me wonder what kind of stories and conversations were missed because we're looking at our phones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we have selective hearing. I've looked at people. There's somebody I work with. I'm not going to drop names, but there's somebody I work with. And when he's on his phone and you're talking to him, he doesn't hear a thing you're saying. And then when he's done texting or doing whatever he's doing, he'll look up and go, what? And you just miss the whole conversation. And it hurts sometimes because you're like, I just put off that whole entire thing because I was excited to tell you about it. For you to just, be on your phone the whole time, that's kind of messed up. But here's the thing. I have also done this before. I've sat on my phone and someone tell me a whole story and I'll be like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And like, I'll remember key things because they'll be like, oh, well, you weren't listening or something. And I'll grab those key things. I'll be like, yeah, hon, you said this. But I'm really not even listening. I'm just trying to do two at once.
You know what? That's smart, though.
It is kind of smart. But still, I get it a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. That's bad that I get it a lot.
Yeah, I think I never added that to my New Year's resolution. I think I should. I think at least me, I should stay off my phone a little bit.
Yeah. I think when you're eating, definitely.
Yeah, that's a no-go.
Like the typical things that you used to not have a phone in your hand to do.
I think I want to go as far as saying no eating and no phones when I'm going to see family. Like when I go see family and like go hang out with them.
But no, like being on your phone while eating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you said no eating and no phone, and I was like, what?
What?
I was like, you just said no eating? Like, no, you can't let go food. No.
Yeah, no eating. Like all of 2018, no, I'm not going to eat. I can't eat.
Can't not eat.
I'll tell you what. I probably won't be able to make it 4 weeks. That's such a stupid joke. Oh my God,
that was stupid, but no, I get you.
You get it because I will die.
Yes, I got you. No, but no, what I was saying about the positivity thing, I think that also it helps shape everyone that's coming up after us, because I definitely don't want any kids looking at me knowing how depressed I am and going, okay, she's too busy stressing out. I mean, now I understand why my parents were the way they were, because it's hard. It's really hard to like deal with all these priorities in your face, and then when it comes to the kids, you still try to do that. But it's not as much as you think. Like, they're missing out a lot. So, I mean, I'm not just saying I'm just doing it for kids, but what I'm saying is I don't want for anyone to see me, okay, she's just another stressed out person of this age. She's just another sad person. Plus, people don't want to be around sad people all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have known people to just stop talking to me and everything.
Negative energy.
Because of the negative energy. And I'm a sucker for it. I end up doing it, but here's the thing. I'm learning.
Yeah.
So this new year, more positivity.
More positivity.
Being more optimistic.
Also, there was one I didn't mention. I don't even think I put it on Twitter, but I thought about it.
Ooh, tell us.
What is it? How did I word it? I worded it in a certain way. I said, pretty much let things be. Oh, change will happen. That's what I said. Change will happen. Let things be. And don't try to fix everything. Just like let everything.
Just let it go.
Just either let it go or just let things be and happen.
I mean,
we don't have a set path in life.
I think we should make up a goal. Our apartment, honestly, because with us having all this stuff going on, potentially, I'm not bringing any of that in here. But what I'm saying is, I do think it'd be cool. I think a pact of people should make a goal of theirs, because that'll help everyone. That way, like, if you're struggling, I can help you, and if I'm struggling, you can help me. I think people are more likely to accomplish things when they have other people.
Exactly.
I do, because
it's scratching back scenario.
I mean, it's like that thing you told me about Rhett and Link.
Mm-hmm.
When they're having bad days, or when they get in fights with each other, what do they say?
I'm the coolest. No, wait a minute, no. No, I'm the greatest. And then you're like...
No, I'm the greatest.
We're both great. I don't know what they say.
Yeah, you said
but
like they just argue back and forth and then they go, "We're both the greatest."
we're both the
And
greatest.
I mean, I know we made up like a joke where like we would do the same thing. So I'd be like, "No, I'm beautiful," or "I'm beautifully," and then you'd be like, "No, I'm nasty," and I'd be like, "And we're beautifully nasty."
There we go. That's beautiful.
And the thing is, like, it's a joke, but in return, honestly, technically that could be taken as like a good little quote. Like,
Yeah.
you need to help each other. You need
Underneath-
to push each other.
Underneath all that humor and all the funny stuff, there is actually really cool. Is a really good quote there.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
mean,
like,
because like I think we should lift
we're
each
both
other
great.
up.
We're
Yeah.
not worse than each other. We're not better than each other. We're both great.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, like you said, I don't think I think when someone comes up to me and tells me that they accomplished something, I should be like all for it. I should be like, that is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You are a good person.
And it
You are
goes
an
back
awesome
to what I
person.
said about life as a competition. So
Yeah. I think that we should not have a negative outlook on some people. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I mean, there's been times I've looked at people and I'm like, oh my God, look at that person. Like, they are crazy looking.
yeah,
But like, that person probably has like the sweetest heart.
yeah. I remember
know what I mean?
I remember you were telling me. I think it was in Olive Garden or something. You're like, don't you ever like look at people and wonder what their story is? And I'm like, yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Because everyone has like a story. You know, they have
Yeah, when
years
you
of
think about it, you're sitting in that room eating with all those people around you, and it's like, what is going on in their life right
yeah.
now?
Like they could be the happiest person in the world, or they just got out of a divorce or something. You never know. They probably
sucks.
filling their feelings with breadsticks. I do the same thing. Breadsticks
yeah.
is the best thing,
I mean,
especially
have
when
you
you get
noticed when we're like depressed or something, like, or like when we're mad or when we're sad, we always eat.
Yes,
like-
I've noticed that. Like we're both have a problem with something, and we're like, just talking about it, and we're all sad about this certain thing, and then we're like, all right, let's go get some Chipotle.
Well, I think it's funny that people tell me this, and I think you have. I'm not sure, but I know Mike has, and like a couple of other people. I think my mom too. But when I don't eat, I am very angry,
Yeah,
and I am kind of like, okay, two things. When
yeah.
I'm really, really sad, and someone surprises me with food, instant turnaround.
hmm
I'm good. I'm fine.
I remember when I came in with Chick-fil-A, your face lit up. You're like, oh,
Yeah. Like, I do agree that that's probably true. Okay. But then at the same time, somebody told me, ooh, sorry. I got mad with somebody and they were like, oh my God, you haven't eaten today, haven't you? And I'm like, what does that have to do with things? And then I started getting pissed because they're assuming that has to do with this. And it's not even about that.
And
but
then you go get food like
technically
5
they are
minutes later.
true. Technically it is right though, because if they'll go and eat, like they'll get me something or like whatever, and all of a sudden I'm just happy. Like, and they're
Yeah.
like, so what is it you wanted to talk about? Oh, I don't know. Like,
food's amazing.
it really does. Like, isn't it weird though? Like when we were kids, it was just like, no, I want to run around outside and play until dinner time. And now I'm like, can we just skip the playing and go to dinner? Like,
Yeah.
because I don't really care about sitting outside with my friends. Like, I want to eat some freaking delicious food.
Man, that's probably why we're on our phones like when we're waiting for food, because we just can't wait for food. We have
Honestly.
to. Yeah.
Isn't it funny how, like, the hunger of food can bring people together?
Yeah.
Like, how many times have you, like, told someone that you'd, like, loved bacon and they're like, oh my God, me too. Like, that's like instant connection right there.
Yeah.
Like, and I've heard people say, if you just want to message me and talk about food, that is great. I'm perfectly fine with that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
I like it sounds a little weird, but it's a real thing and it's not anything nasty. But there's this thing called food porn.
Oh my God.
And that's like the coolest thing because they're like really awesome professional photographs of food. And it's just like I look at it all day.
Did you see, now that you're saying this, did you see the video on Facebook of the guy that throws stuff and takes the picture of it?
No.
Like, he holds with one hand and he throws it and takes a picture. But sometimes it'll like drop several times and everything. But I
That's
guess
cool.
he said that what he did was he was trying to find something he wanted to post constantly. Like,
Yeah.
and something he wanted to capture on camera
Yeah.
constantly and post.
I want to do that too.
Like a normal thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because some people take like pictures of their shakes all the time. Some people take, selfies all the time. That's just the way it is. Or some people love just taking pictures of streets. That's just the way it is. But he wanted to find what his thing was. And he said that one day he just, for, giggles, he threw the food up in the air and took a picture. He wanted to get a shot of the food in midair.
That's
the complete
cool.
food. Okay.
That's really cool.
So he posted the picture. And he said that from that point on, he found, because he got so many likes on the photo, that he just actually started doing it. He was like, this is something I'm going to do. And I mean, he does it with everything. He did it with an ice cream cone. He did it with a burger. Like, it's so amazing. I thought it was so cool.
That's the coolest thing. I like little artsy photograph stuff.
Like, sometimes he'll walk into a place and, like, order something just to be able to throw it.
Yeah.
So that in case it falls, Like, I thought that was pretty cool.
Because I like those things, like, before and after you tell them certain things. Or, like, there was this project.
I've seen. I know what you're talking about.
It's the wine thing.
Oh, no. I thought you were talking about the one where they tell them when they're beautiful.
Yeah, I've seen that too. I like that too. But there's one that was really cool. He took a picture out of from after each glass of wine. So 1 glass,
that's funny.
Regular face. 2 glass, regular face. The 3rd glass starts getting happy. 4th glass, they're just crazy happy. They're making weird faces, and it's always consistent. It's always the same thing. And it's like little, like, artsy stuff.
That's something you like doing?
Yeah, like little weird things, weird projects.
I think when people first get a camera, they always want to take, like, really close-up shots. Mm-hmm. I've noticed that.
Yeah,
like they always want to get so they want to show that they got the blurry, effect on the back of the
I love doing that too.
But, like, you can even do that with editing. I mean, it's not as pure, but you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, like, I think it's so funny how we've developed these, like, little habits along the way. Like, in something that we like doing.
I finally got my moonshot.
Yes, I remember that.
I've always wanted a moonshot. I finally got one. It's not someone pulling down their pants, it's the actual moon.
Yeah, if you guys ever want to see some of Daniel's art, I say artwork because it technically is, I guess.
Are you about to plug my thing?
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you guys ever want to check out my little co-host right here, he does his own photos. Like, he's really good. You got to check him out on Instagram. His name is Daniel Chestnut Photography.
Yeah, it has a period between chestnut and photography.
Yeah, so it's Daniel Chestnut
photography.
And I mean, you'll see some of his stuff somewhere else, probably like on his Facebook or something like that. But yeah, I mean, he does pretty good stuff. I mean, I used to love taking photos. I don't really do it anymore. I should, but I don't. I'm more of like the drawing aspect.
If you ever want to take pictures, just like let me know and I'll let you use my camera. Like, if you ever want to use it.
I know, but it's just like, it's like if you're using another photographer's camera.
I know, it is.
Like,
it's awkward, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, I feel like that's just like, well, you didn't really have the chance to get, if you weren't going to ever take that photo if you didn't have it yourself.
I like that you feel the same way, because whenever I tell certain people, they think it's weird, Yeah. Like, someone we know wanted me to borrow their camera, because I didn't have that camera, like a year ago. And once somebody said, I'll let you borrow my camera. I'm like, I thank you, but that's a little weird. I don't know. And
was it me?
No, it wasn't you.
Oh.
But yeah, it's just a weird thing. Like, your camera, if you're a photographer, that's your baby.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I can't put photo credit if I'm taking it off somebody else's camera. I don't feel like it's all the way there. Like,
yeah.
Because it's like, how did I get to that moment to be able to take that good photo with someone else's camera?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, I found out about a guy that takes really good photos, and he is a very big photography page. He takes photos and videos of most of Florida, like where I'm from. Well, not from, but where I lived, for that long period of time. And I found him on there, and he made it look so beautiful. And I lived there, so I've been to some of those places. And I was just like, that is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking amazing photos of that place. It's like, how does he do that? Like, and he had like a drone, so he had it where it was like flying above, getting video of it. It was really cool. I found him just recently. Thought that was really neat.
Yeah, that's one cool thing about photography. You can look at one thing a million different ways, but if
Yeah.
the right photographer takes a picture of that thing that you always see in a right angle with the right lighting, you can be like, that thing's beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be very big. It was so funny. I remember back in MySpace days
Yeah.
when people used to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to go to school to be a professional photographer," all because they could master taking the photos from above. I thought that was the weirdest thing. I used to get jealous of like I'd see scene kids like
Mhm.
on MySpace that took like the most amazing photos
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know why, but it was always them that took like these really good photos. Like they'll have a picture taken of them with no hands, and I'm like, I can't even do that because nobody's gonna take the photo for me. You know, like, or just really good photos. Like they had nice clothes and cool hair, and I just thought they looked so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I want to take pictures like that. Like,
Hmm.
and now I look back and I'm like, that really wasn't nothing. I don't know why I made such a big deal about all that.
Mm-hmm.
So weird.
I really like those pictures where they keep the aperture in the camera open for a long time, and
That's
then
what you should do.
and then they color with light. You know
I just realized that's what you should do.
what?
I'm sorry, I had to interrupt you because this is important. But like, for your goal for the new year, you should like take something, a picture
Every
of
year?
something. What?
I mean, not every year. Every day for the year.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Every day of the year, you should take a photo
Of what?
of just anything.
What? I need to know what it is because the years.
No, anything
Anything.
to sum up how your whole year went.
So randomly, I can take a picture of that bowl
Yes.
and I just post it
Yes.
like a random.
You don't have to post it on Facebook. You can put it together at the end. So save it and then
Save it and then do it.
And then that way, when you flip through it, you see what you counted as your memories the most.
So don't post it every day.
You don't have to post it. Just keep it.
Just keep it.
And then at the end of the year, post a slide of all the pictures
What
you
about
took.
what about a collage?
Or that's fine. I mean,
Okay.
whatever.
Man, that's a commitment.
That's kind of cool.
That's a
Because
commitment.
it shows where you focus your pictures on. What I mean is, like, it'll show what you conclude as your memories. Like, because when you're thinking about your memories, you're going to be like, okay, I'm eating cereal. I'm going to take a picture of the cereal. So you
Yeah.
wanted to memorize the fact that you were eating that really good bowl of cereal. Or like if some friends are over at the house and you're like, oh, this would be perfect for my picture of the day. And
Picture of the day.
And you go get your camera and you take a photo of everybody. That's what I'm saying. How cool would that be?
That's a really cool idea.
And it can be anything. It can be selfies. It can be
This is awesome, and this
anything.
this
It's
podcast
it's
is
your
documenting.
memories. Take a picture of your memory each day.
Nice.
Something you want to keep as a memory.
This podcast just broke. just like it's a
Did
documented.
I just wow you?
Yes.
With my ideas.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna say it right here and right now. This is the first for Beautifully Nasty. Something like this happening. So
Me challenging you to.
yeah, was this
give a
like
goal.
episode 11? It took like 11 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say here right now. I'm going to take a picture of something every day for a year.
I think that's cool.
365 days. Is that right?
365 photos. You're
Wow.
going to be taking.
Wow. Speaking of collage, did I ever tell you that my face is in a Titanic museum?
How?
James Cameron was going to reveal like a collage of people's faces that, and when you look from far away, it looks like the Titanic box art, the movie. And he was like, "Okay, guys, upload your face." So I uploaded my face, and I was one of the first to do it. So my face is somewhere in London or somewhere in the UK, in some museum.
Wow.
He's showing the Titanic with
I think
like
it's funny
Rose.
because like you're making it like, oh man, this is
Rose
amazing.
and Jack.
But at the same time, like nobody,
It's stupid,
like you're gonna
right?
be so tiny and
I
all
am.
those
I'm
people.
so. I saw a picture of it when James Cameron finally revealed it. He showed like a high resolution picture of it, and I found me.
Wow.
And it's so small, but I'm in there. I'm somewhere.
That's funny.
I'm physically. My face is physical. My picture of my
I was
face
about
is
to
physically.
say, I don't think you're physically there.
The picture of my face is physically somewhere overseas, and I think that is cool.
Yeah. I think that's cool too.
But I believe it's time to go part ways for a week.
Part ways for a week, like the
Yeah.
seas or whatever.
Yeah.
What is that Bible story? I don't know.
James Cameron, if you're listening, thank you for listening. That's all I have to say about
And,
James
like,
Cameron.
Oh. By the way, we still have not gotten much feedback. We get some.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we want to hear more from you guys. I know we say this every week, but you guys really should hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have accounts on all that. And we also have, what is it? Instagram,
Mhm.
Did I say Instagram? I
Mhm.
can't remember if I did. But check us out on YouTube, Subscribe to us. Like our videos, give us a little thumbs up, things like that. Or even just leave a comment down below because we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
You're important to us.
You
let us know if we're doing good or bad.
Yeah.
That lets us know. And it really does help put us on where we need to be. So definitely consider that. Now, we do have SoundCloud and iTunes and Google Play and all that. So we have it more accessible for you guys to constantly listen.
Mm-hmm.
Because a little bit of everybody's in this family,
Mm-hmm.
This beautifully nasty family.
Like, if you subscribe or follow us on SoundCloud and Google Play, I don't know how it is on iTunes because I don't have an iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
But I know if you follow both of the accounts, then you'll get a notification saying, "Hey, Beautifully Nasty just posted a track, and that track will be a new episode."
Yeah, it does that on not Facebook. It does that on iPhone too.
Yeah, it does it on YouTube, but I think you have to click the bell notification for that to happen. But either way, the SoundCloud stuff, the iTunes stuff, and the Google Play stuff, they all come out earlier than YouTube. So, you can listen to it while you're doing stuff too.
Which,
you don't
by
have
the
to
way, guys,
in one sitting.
if you ever find a topic or a subject that you want to hear us talk about, or you want us to just analyze it or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Post on our videos. Let us know. Tell us those things, what you want to hear. We are going to be trying a lot of different new things in the upcoming year. We're talking about doing some stuff to do with video games, and because I have seen a lot of requests on that, I think we should give it a shot, and I think that Daniel's up with that too, right?
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
So, but we're also going to be, doing a lot of different things. We're gonna be on video next year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say when or soon. I just know we're going to be on video.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I will say soon. We will be on a video soon.
Yeah. We put a foot into the video waters a little bit, and you saw that in like episode 9, I think it was.
Yeah,
I think it was
like
episode 9. We tested it out, and that was a little tease, a little test for us to figure stuff out.
Which, I mean, we may try to do again.
Yeah.
It just depends on our mood.
We feel right now is too cumbersome to do it, but we'll figure out a way for it to be easier on us. But yeah, got anything else?
Honestly, that's about it. But it was really nice talking to you guys, and as I always say, stay beautifully nasty.
See ya.